Grant Boone and Judy Rankin watching some of the action from the morning wave. Canada's Motomi LeBlanc with their second at the 8th.
Very high ball hitter, and I don't know if that's exactly the way she planned it, but beautiful shot.
At the time, it was the best of the bunch. 20-year-old Roning Yen from China. And this is her second shot at 3. -10. The defending champion of the DIO Implant LA Open, Nasa Hataoka at 6. Different golf course, but she is the defending champ.
Good chance here for Hyoju Kim back up the hill for birdie. And just left it in the jaws there.
And she would roll that in for a birdie 3. Jin Young Ko, 1 over par, 72 yesterday, but she really got it going this morning in the early part of her afternoon round today.
Yeah, she has looked very good.
And that would be for a 4th straight birdie.
4 birdies so far today. Wonderful day so far for a birdie at the 13th. Good look here. I think the body English helped. She is trying to make the European Solheim Cup team. Needs some good results to get in automatically, and that's going to be a par there for Arthur. She is outside of the cut line at the moment, 3 over par.
And now to the 18th, and Christy Kerr.
From the center of the fairway, wind blowing right to left.
Fly, fly, fly.
Well, that ball always listens to Christy.
This is Lilia Vu underneath the tree, which is actually in the fairway on the right side. Flag today on the front half of the green, and that's really well done. If you come up short of that flag with that kind of spin, it could come all the way off the green and run down about 20 yards short.
Like an easy up and down for sure.
You know, Yuka Saso for her par.
For Hyoju, that to stay 7 under, just over to the adjacent 9th.
And Lilia Vu's birdie, yeah. So she gets to 4 under par, already a winner this year on the LPGA and in some tremendous form.
It's a very steep embankment in front. Got to make sure you get it on the surface. Yeah, that'll do. Otherwise, Grant, that ball might come right back down to your feet.
How often would you expect to get this up and down, Judy?
Pretty darn often, pretty close to every time. I think when you can get the ball to land on the putting surface and then maybe as soon as you can get it to roll like a putt, these players are very good. A very long time she was labeled as probably the best putter on this tour.
I think she could still be considered one of the best putters. That skill never goes away. Got the complete opposite, you know, coming back down the hill from behind the green.
How good was that, Angela?
Like Jin Young Ko, Lydia contended here at Palos Verdes. This is the second-year LPGA player Lauren Hartledge. At the par 5 14th that caught your eye, Judy, when we spun around here earlier in the week.
About as pretty a hole as you'll ever see.
Of this whole location is ideal with the slope of the green from back to front. This one's going a little left. It might catch the green.
Up in the hillside, the back tee 5 yards down, and then as you go further forward, as Angela said, 2 yards downhill. Narin on. And all over the stick. Good shot. To her status for this season, so she's having to play Monday qualifiers and play on the Epsom Tour to try and make her way back out here, and that one goes missing.
We take you to the par 4 first, and here is Hyo-Joo Kim, her 10th hole of the day. Okay, makes it do-si-do around the hole there. Is another major champion, IK Kim.
Putt when I play. Just have to get it started online. Oh.
Yeah, they say good putters always like the downhill putts because the worry or the concern of getting the ball to the hole is one thing they put out of their mind.
Two of the toughest on the course, so get your 2-putt here and move on.
Yeah, certainly the case today. 5th hardest hole on the course.
Back at the first, Hyo-Joo Kim, about 3 feet for birdie. So she's now tied for 3rd.
Out to Lilia Vu on the par 3. Very pretty par 3s on this golf course, and Kate Cockrell is watching.
And that was a well-struck 4-iron by Lilia Vu.
Oh,
just what you'd hope
Kay.
for on this hole.
Yuka Saso for birdie. Took care of that very well. 15 is a short par 4. It does play uphill. But Lauren Hartley's making hard work of it, and it is going to be a drop shot. Not one of the more difficult holes on the golf course, but the green makes you think.
This should be straight uphill. She could give it a little pace.
Lydia was trying to urge that one in.
Well, she probably wanted to see it go in for one reason, because she's such a quick learner.
Yang Lee on the tee at the 17th. It's her 8th hole. She's in the final group off the 10th today. And it's going to be safely on the green, give her a chance for birdie.
That's probably why she was urging it to go in. She wanted to see the ball go in the hole.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Angela, because she is such a quick learner, but leaks to the right there, and
did the same thing, huh?
It's just such a tough hole location.
And in contention this weekend as well. Well, no one knows this course in the field better than Lizette Salas. Her instructor, Jim Gormley, has been the director of golf here for more than 2 decades. And
175 yards. Back into the wind. That was a 5-iron right on the line. Boy, that was solidly struck. You could just hear it.
Back with Lydia Ko on the tee at the 13th. Just a moment ago.
It was a 6-iron.
A pretty good line there. Wow, only needed 1 hop forward, Angela. It might have gone in.
up at 14 to par 5, Jody Ewart-Shadoff. She held off the likes of...
But this relatively new crop of players are quite good.
She won right here at Palos Verdes, the Therese Hession Regional Challenge back in 2018.
Yeah, and she said coming back here is just such good nostalgia for her, you know, putting her back in that mindset of the great days at UCLA.
I like it better than 5 behind.
Jin Young Ko. Good save.
I'm interested to see what she does.
Oh, no. stood over it for a long time, which usually indicates some indecision, even for a great champion like Lydia Ko, and one who has such talent around and on the greens. Back over to the third. It's a very small green, 20 yards long, 20 yards wide, and there are a few subtle breaks on this green. Hyo-Joo Kim back out at the 13th, and Lilia Vu from the bunker.
Yeah, she had a good clean lie. Not much green to work with, but pretty well executed for her first bunker shot.
Ah, well, that was locker room talk, you know. Maybe not for public consumption. Good three.
He moved it around a tree because she was in the fairway and was able to get that done.
Oh, good par, good sandy par there from Lilia Vu.
14th, Lydia Ko.
She has the best angle at this whole location, 50 yards right up the hill.
Boy, and she took advantage, Angela.
And now she has to focus to get this par in the hole. Keep going.
Two over yesterday. She's 2 under today, and that gives her a little bit of wiggle room.
This is Lauren Hartledge for bogey. She was on top of the bunker. She called for a ruling, but did not get relief. I'm not 100% sure what she was asking for, but in the end.
Back at that par 5 14th, the third for Lilia Vu.
Extreme uphill lie. Grant can't see the bottom of the flagstick. 86 yards to the hole.
Beautiful.
Nearly perfect. That'll get Lilia to 5 under. 14, third for Salas.
From 79 yards. You think she's saying, whatever you do, I can do better?
Not. Why not?
We're all trying to do that.
Second shot at the fifth, plays downhill about 1 club. And that should release on down towards the hole. Yeah, good shot there. Don't want to go too far by. But she'll have an uphill putt. It's nice to see IK Kim in the field. I was talking to IK earlier this week. She said she's going to play a little more this season. A player that hasn't been playing a busy schedule the last few years. That one's pretty good. She needs to make some birdies coming home in order to be here for the weekend. No, no.
It tried.
Wow.
Well, she comes off of a tournament last week, 4 rounds in the 60th. She was finished in 4th place, so she came in here playing very well.
Oh dear.
Boy, that went to the right hard when it did it. I will tell you that my note to self in the yardage book on this green is I just wrote down rockin' and rollin'. So not many straight putts.
The putts should go that way, shouldn't they?
I think it's a funny phenomenon. I'm going to have to ask someone who knows more than I know about this golf course.
You know, you would think you're looking at the ocean, but there's barrancas, and he said there's just so many subtleties.
He knows this golf course so well. Great supporter of the LPGA Tour, coaching players out here.
Lofted hybrid on an extreme uphill lie. Got to effort really hard to get to that left side.
Yeah, you know, we said we'd talk about some of these lies, and one of the things I would tell you is a lot of players will not allow their weight to shift too fully to their right side in a situation like that.
Let's go to 6.
And the par 3 is where we find Hyo-Joo Kim.
Little baby hole today, 122 yards. The par 3s are very, very different from each other on this golf course.
Such a good stroke. Yeah, you know, she is so beautiful with the putter in her hand. It just, she exudes confidence. Even, I know yesterday was a rough day for her putting, but I love watching her on the greens.
In Cincinnati, we're not above asking for food to be sent to the booth.
That's true, but this is a no French fries zone.
Oh, okay. Hyo Kim won in France, and she rolls in the birdie at 6, and now she's within 1. Lydia Ko.
69 yards. Again, she gave herself a great angle to this flag.
Yeah, no problem at all there.
And your ability to be consistent.
Here is Jin Young on the tee.
That was also an 8-iron.
And that's going to get the hop forward. Yeah, it's going to work out. We've seen a few players. We saw Lauren Hartledge having some problems up there early. We talked about players getting home in 2. IK Kim has given herself a chance for an eagle. And it drops. So that is a much needed 3 at the 7th for IK Kim. We've had a few eagles there today.
Georgia Hall, as we mentioned, great week last week, lost the playoff to Céline Boutier.
Get up. Go. 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 All right. Okay.
That was a birdie fest in the desert. Here, par's a good score on darn near every hole out here.
I think so. You know, just to, like Judy was saying, I mean, the best players in the world make mistakes. They're just really good at hiding those sometimes. And today's been interesting to watch Jin Young Ko. You know, she is just so impressive, and her ball striking so good, and just to watch the way she carries herself on a tough day.
This shot, 149 yards, playing 141 adjusted for the downhill, and that was pretty close to the hole.
Yeah, I think they'd celebrate pretty well in the clubhouse here if they saw a hole in 1.
A closing birdie attempt for Georgia Hall. We use that term, a game that travels. That's what you want, isn't it? For the very best players, no matter where you are, what part of the world, what kind of golf course. At the 8th, tied for the lead now, Hyo Kim. Way uphill with his second shot. It should come to a stop. Yes.
I think too often they're a little shy of being long, and we get the one that comes back off the front. Good.
Good call, Angela. Good call.
Great tee shot in here. This to convert. Yes. So Lilia Vu in fine form already.
Under these cold, breezy conditions, 153 to the hole. Playing this a good 160 plus. Going with the 5 hybrid. Drawing it in beautifully. Almost 30 yards closer than Salas. And just a little 9-iron.
Oh.
Gorgeous.
Incredible. Yeah.
Yeah, she knows this is fast and goes a little left to right.
Perfectly judged.
How about a nice birdie finish?
9th and just creeping in on the right side. Hyo Kim, I think she's going to have to work it around the tree right to left. Yeah. And she's done well there. Good shot.
Preferred lies is huge.
Reed. Tee shot at 17.
Carry.
Asking for it to carry. Yeah, it did. And she's going to have a nice look at birdie now.
Just a moment ago, Yu Lu. She needs to make birdie to have a chance to make the cut.
She's a trying.
It looks like the cut is going to stay. It
Coming from the right.
pretty good when you can't feel your hands.